And we welcome you to Altoona Area High School in Altoona, Pennsylvania for tonight's coverage of Pennsylvania High School sports on PSportsLive.com, presented by Rizzo Production. Tonight we have girls basketball in the match for two squads of lions. Tonight's match will feature the Lady Lions of State College and the Lady Mountain Lions of Altoona. We'll pause for the playing of the national anthem.
And now, let's meet the starting lineup.
Students in the Altoona Area High School Pennsylvania with that wonderful edition of the national anthem. Good evening, I'm Joe Valentine here.
Wearing number 1,
by Rizzo
Anna
Production. Big time up and coming D1 prospects playing in tonight's game for both teams. For the visiting State College, Tyler Irwin has been all over the floor. Taking the floor, averaging 19 points per game. A lot of range across the floor and commanding the glass. For Altoona, for Taylor Grimmie, is averaging similar numbers with 6 foot 1 senior, averaging 10 points a game, and likewise averaging 12 rebounds a game. Grimmie, a D1 prospect, is unsigned and looks like a big game. They want Altoona to send the fans.
They come tonight game with a record of 14-7. I'm going to warm up to the welcome for the players, coaches, and fans from State College.
As the State College High Little Lady Lions introduced
and now, let's see the starting lineup for your Altoona Lady Lions. At star, 5'6" junior, line number 11, Mackenzie Hatch. At star, a 5'8" senior, wearing number 15, Casey Ressler. At star, 5'9", a junior, wearing number 22, Lauren Donnelly. And in forward, 6' junior, number 32, Dory Lee. And at forward, 6'1" senior, number 35, Kayla Grimmie. The Altoona Lady Lions are coached by Jill House, assisted by Jill Lane. Lane Aerospace contest for record 11 wins and 6 losses.
And repeat the starting lineups for tonight's game. For State College, number 1, Anna Stevenson. Number 23, Jenna Altamar. Number 25, Kyla Irwin. Number 32, Bridget King. And number 33, Taylor Allison. For Altoona, Mackenzie Hatch, number 11. Number 15, Casey Ressner. Number 22, Lauren Donnelly. Number 32, Darby Lee. And number 35, Kayla Grimmie as tip-off getting ready at center floor for tonight's game. If you're watching tonight's broadcast on PSportsLive.com, never miss another local game thanks to this new tool for college coaches to use in their recruiting for school administration and employees and for players, fans, and fans. who are not able to make the game. Don't forget also, if you miss any part of tonight's broadcast, you can catch the next day replays on PASportsReplays.com as tip-off begins, and Altoona will hand it off to Anna Stevenson. Stevenson at midcourt now. Stevenson to the corner. Over to Altoona. Altoona looking to create some space. Dumps it off. Allison. Allison one-on-one now. Band and Altoona fans getting into it. Gives it to Irwin low. Irwin's first shot up sails, no good. And Altoona able to recover in transition, and that'll be Kyler Irwin on the shot right there. Irwin, major D1 prospect, averaging 12 rebounds and 12 points a game. Here's a shot for three off the left, no good. Rebounded by Altoona. It's up. Really no good, and once again putting up there that time, Kayla Grimmy. Grimmy, an unsigned D1 prospect, also averaging 10 points a game and 12 rebounds a game. As you can see, made her own rebound twice that time in that possession. 7 minutes now remaining in the first period. Allison moving in. Dumps it outside. That one's King that time. King off no good. Irwin had a chance right there, swatted out. Altoona now in the transition. Breaking away now for Altoona. And a deep shot from the corner is up. Got it! Mackenzie Hatch that time with a shot for three. It's good, and Altoona takes its early two-possession lead. It's 5-0 now. Stevenson taking it up, looking to recover after that. Stevenson pass up to the corner, Altoona. Altoona gets the pick right that time from Irwin. Altoona moving inside. In traffic, up no good. Irwin right there to clean it up and put it in. That'll be the first score of the game for Kyler Irwin, as it's a 5-2 game in favor of Altoona. Refner trying to call the offense. He's going to dump it off to Lee. Lee on the outside of Refner again. Half court now for Altoona. Dumps it back off to Refner. Refner practically near midcourt. Refner moving in now with some picks. Dumps it off right there. Up and in that time as Grimmy gets her 4th point of the night early in the contest. 7-2 with 5:30 remaining in the first period. Stevenson moving up. Dumps outside. That's King. King behind for three. Now does with Altoona. Altoon's alone. Shot is up and off just a little bit. Deep 2-point shot could have possibly been contested for a three. Altoona not able to get the shot through that time. Here's a shot for three once again for Altoona. That one's off. And up again, it's Grimmy. That one's no good. That shot up again, no good. Grimmy back with her covering. She's got space now. She's got the shot up. That one no good. Had a good shot at it, though. Grimmy really taking up space out there for Altoona. 7-2 early in the contest in favor of Altoona. Altoona over to Irwin. Irwin behind the 3-point line. Over to King. King, deep shot for two, and that one is good. Bridget King with a deep 2-point shot, practically on the 3-point line. It's 7-4 now, still Altoona with the lead. Refner trying to create space, calls for a play. Calls for Grimmy to move. This one outside. Hatch. Creating space, gets a pick that time. Hatch still guarded heavily. Going to dump it inside. Shot is up, and that one no good. As Darby Lee tried to get the shot in traffic, no good. And State College with a chance to tie the game early. Altoona moving over to the left side right now. She's looking for Irwin. Irwin picking about three, holds on to it, dumps it low to King. King gets that shot blocked, and a foul on the play that time. As King is happy with the call that time. She took a trip to the line. 3:53 remaining in the period. And today's game is brought to you by Murray Mazda. For a vast selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, visit Murray Mazda on Route 405 in Muncie, PA, or online at murraymazda.net. King at the line gets the first shot good as the Altoona fans waited. And second shot up and no good there that time for King. 7-5, 3:50 remaining in the first period. Moving down the line now, Refner. Refner dumping it outside. Now moving inside and a swat that time there by Allison. She'll take it over and dumps it over to Stevenson. Taylor Allison, one of the captains for State College, really coming in and commanding that swat that time. Dumping it to Allison in the corner. A volleyball pass that time to King. Back out to Allison. Stevenson into the corner for King for three. Ooh, in and out, no good. A really good shot that time by Irwin that time. In and out, no good. 3:21 remaining in the period. That's foul call on that play that time for Altoona.
In the game, the Lady Lions, Shania Feathers.
Shania Feathers will enter the game now for the first time for Altoona. Allison on the outside, and almost a handoff football pass that time to Altamare. Almost lost it that time, still hangs on. To Stevenson in the corner. Stevenson moving around, a pass that time to Allison. Allison looking for King. Up, and foul call on that play as King's shot was not getting anywhere close to the net. And she'll take another trip to the line. Made 1 of 2 last time.
Foul is on number 45, Shania Feathers, the Lady Lions.
And Shania Feathers will be charged with the foul quickly after entering the contest. First shot up for King, off the front left, no good. As that was her problem last time. 1 of 2. Again, she still made the 1 though. Shot is up, in and out, no good. And a blocked up front that time by Kyla Irwin, as almost able to force a steal, no good as Grimmy was able to complete the pass. So Refner. Refner for Grimmy. Grimmy being guarded hard by King. Back out to Refner. And this one's for Feathers. Feathers in traffic. Out to Grimmy. Out to the corner. Shot is up for 3. Just a little past that time as Hatch almost had a shot that time. And a tie up down low. They're going to call a jump ball. It's going to stay down for Altoona. That's a couple substitutions now for College. As Franklin Treglia and Megan Carstead, the reserves for the night, have entered today's game with 2:39 remaining in the period. Scheffner inbounding and deep inbound, and it's tipped that time by Treglia. It stays with Altoona now. Hatch in the corner for 3, up and got it! Casey Refner, the 5'8" guard senior, able to get that one for 3, and 10-5 Altoona at 2:24 remaining in the period now. Altamare slowing it down, moving up. 1-on-1. Allison. Out to Irwin. Irwin can shoot the 3 ball. Got it off the glass and good. Tyler Irwin responds with a 3-point shot to make it a 2-point game. And with 2 minutes remaining, 10-8 to score in favor of Altoona. Altoona has held the lead throughout the entire duration of the first period. Hatch and Altamare. 1-on-1. Hatch making a good move to security separation. Gonna get this one to Grimmy. Grimmy back out to Hatch. Hatch out to Scheffner. Hatch back with the ball. Scheffner again, this one for 3. Up and just a little bit off. No good. Irwin with the rebound. Say Kyler Irwin averages 12 rebounds per night. Already few early in the contest. Altamare trying to do as much as she can on her own. And this one to Treglia. Treglia for 3. It's up. Just in and out. And it was a good shot and good setup by the State College offense, setting picks for Treglia. Shot just barely missed. Good shot, though. 1:12 remaining in the period. As Grimmy will inbound for Altoona. And coaching staff from University of Maryland in attendance tonight to catch today's game, coming all the way up from College Park, Maryland. Watching right now as Casey Refner has the football. We'll head back towards midcourt. Moving in Refner, looking for Grimmy. Back over to Refner. Less than a minute remaining. Back to Grimmy. Grimmy getting back to Refner. Being ping-ponging right now. Moving to the corner now. This one given up for Hatch. Hatch being guarded heavily. They're saying Hatch. Hatch stepping out of play possibly to turnover, going back to State College. with 34.1 seconds remaining, 10-8 as they will roll the ball to preserve some clock. Irwin with the ball. Irwin's got some space, so going up to Altoona. Altoona moving in traffic. Layup shot. Nice shot by Altoona that time in heavy traffic to tie the game. 10-10, less than 20. Altoona will probably make this one possession. Treffner started hard by Allison. Granny right there. Up, just off, no good. Irwin has it. Altoona trying to make a push. 5 seconds remaining. Altoona still has time. 4, 3. All right. That will run out the clock. What a push right there at the end of the period that time as Altoona gets the rebound. Irwin had the rebound, passed off to Altoona and pressed very hard down the court. Breakaway creates separation that time, and it's 12-10 at the end of the first period.
Honor TJ Brand. TJ Brand earned his 116th victory with the first period 10 against his Hollingsburg opponent. He will make it the all-time wins leader in Altoona High School. TJ is currently tied with the most district championships for his career.
And some numbers from the first period as for State College, Tyler Irwin with 5 points in the first period. Altoona with 4, including 2 that came at the very end. For Altoona, Grammy with 4 in the first period. Breffner with 3, along with Hatch with 3. As teams get ready for the second period. Altoona had the lead for a vast majority of the period, being tied up late, and then eventually State College taking the lead with a breakaway layup by Jenna Altamar. Treffner to start off the second period. Comes off to Hatch. Hatch moving in traffic, a lot of traffic. Big defenders, Altamar and Irwin around. Back out to Treffner. Treffner trying to create space from Allison. Rami back to Treffner. Allison very hard heavy on her, and then going to be a foul on the floor that time as getting tied up with Kayla Greamy was Megan Carstetter of State College. If she'll get a foul that time, that'd be her first of the night, 7:36 in the period. Treffner, deep pass, dangerous pass that time, going to Hatch. And a shot up for 3, off the front, no good. That was Altamar now once again, and similar to the end of the first period, Altamar makes a deep pass breakaway for 2, 14-10. As one of the captains of State College really coming up big here. That will be her 6th point of the contest. Remy, double team. Shot for Hatch for 3. Up, got it for 3. Mackenzie Hatch with a 3-pointer to respond, and they'll come within 1 right now. 7 minutes remaining in the period. Altamar. 2 big layups early in this half. And there it's Carstetter. Carstetter looking for a room, trying to get rid of it, holding off for a little bit there. Altamar gets it right back. Altamar getting a message from Bethany Irwin, the head coach, and now puts a shot up. That one no good. And now fighting for it down low was Carstetter along with Feathers that time. And they're going to call it a jump ball, this time in possession of State College. 6:37 remaining in the first half. Dumps it off to an open Triglia. Triglia makes a move, a nice move, and she's going to take a stumble after the shot, but she made a nice move, a pump fake, calls the separation, and she'll get a 2-pointer there. It's a 3-point game now. State College ahead 16-13. Treffner on the corner, giving up the Hatch. I got the Treffner. Treffner thought about 3. Altamar covering, and she'll take it back to midcourt. Now Allison on her. A pick from Grimy. Now she's wide open for 3. So it'll hit off the rim, and Triglia with the rebound. As Altoona was able to make a couple moves that time to separate from the State College defense. Shot could not convert there. Treglia over to Irwin. Irwin looking for help. Will she do it herself this time? Here's a shot. That's up. Off just a little bit to the left. No good. Altoona trying to press now. There's Treffner in the corner that time. With time now. Shot up for three. Got it. Lauren Donnelly with three. She had all day to sit and make that shot, and now it's tied up at 16. Less than 5.5 remaining in the second period. Irwin has some room. She'll dump it off, though, into the corners. Altoona. Altoona taking her time. Back to Irwin. Irwin, the freshman. Making moves now inside. She's going to take it herself, and she's going to draw the foul on the play that time. She knew she could take it to the net on her own, and she'll take a trip to the line. Try and take the lead. 16 all, 5 minutes on the dot remaining in the first half. And the announcer saying the foul is committed on Irwin, as she's the one fouled, and she'll make her first stop. Carstetter and Treglia will take a seat. As Stevenson is back in. Irwin's second shot up is good, and both of her shots at the line successful, as she will take a team-leading 7 points for the first half. Warren Kaluza also entering the game for State College. Treffner playing this entire first half so far. Grimy really making space, and now Altoona with the steal. She might have another layup. It's up. She got it. That's her third breakaway layup of the first half alone. That's her 8th point of the night. And a 4-point lead for State College. 20-16. 4.5 remaining. And Grimy is in a serious traffic that time. Double teamed by Kaluza and Allison. They're going to say the foul was on State College that time. And Allison gained charge of the hold that time. There'll be a foul on the floor. Treffner. As good defense by State College, forced a long hold before the throw-in. Here's a shot for a three. Up, got it. Lauren Donnelly once again with a three-point shot. That's her 6th point tonight. She had a big three-point shot earlier in the half. Altoona now down by 1. Stevenson making some moves to create separation. Dumps it off. Stevenson now with the ball after that pass by Allison. Over to Irwin. Irwin just picked apart the defense in the foul space. And the freshman puts it up and good. Irwin, a big D1 prospect, only a freshman, still plenty of time for her to develop. But still averaging 12 points a game as a freshman. And a call on the floor that time. And Kaluza charged with a holding foul. 3rd foul for State College. As Altoona will keep it under their net. Pass to Grimy deep. Grimy back, and now an official's call pushing on the screen that time, as once again it looks like Altoona will keep the ball once again shortly after that possession. And it's Altoona starts to foul her first. Once again, a volleyball pass to Grimy. He's going to Hatch. Hatch had plenty of room and just missed the shot, but wouldn't be a surprise if Hatch had made that. She had plenty of space that time to take a shot. Stevenson moving around, trying to create some room. Allison's all alone. She's thinking about three, and it's off to the right. No good. And falling on the floor that time is Donnelly. Gets back up quickly, heads back down. Donnelly misses the pass. Stevenson's going to keep it down the other end, but Treffner will recover for Altoona. Less than 3 to go. This one for Hatch. Hatch for three. Got it! Mackenzie Hatch with a three-pointer to tie it here at 22. That's her 9th point of the contest. As Hatch has been a serious threat from outside. 2:34 remaining in the game. That's Irwin. Irwin hands it off to Altoona. Altoona gets fouled on the layup as that's been her play of the night. It's heading to the glass of the layup. She's fouled that time with 2:28 remaining on the clock. Mackenzie Hatch, after that big three-pointer, is charged with the foul, sending Altoona to the line. First shot up and good for Altoona. As the Altoona band is not afraid to heckle the players tonight, as Palooza will come and take a seat, which will bring King back in. Bethany Irwin very happy with Palooza, frustrating the opposing team, as she said, as Palooza took a seat. Altoona makes both her shots. That's her 10th point of the first half alone. 2:22 remaining in the first half. Stephanie Irwin, steal that time by King, who just re-entered the game. She's all alone, and she puts it up. No good. Altoona back to get it. Now it's no good. Irwin trying to make a rebound that time, and they're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to go back down to Altoona. So despite the great defensive effort there by King, no points will result in the play for State College, and the ball will go back to Altoona. Persistent defense on the transition by Altoona eventually led to them getting the ball back that time, as they were not allowing anyone to put up 2 points on them. Treffner now trying to do it on her own. She's being guarded heavily by Allison. And almost another steal that time, but it's broken up. Anna Stevenson was the last one to touch it that time as it goes out of play, and Bethany Irwin is going to call a timeout for State College. That's the first timeout call for State College. Today's broadcast also being brought to you by MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports. Log on to catch up on the latest news on your team, including schedules, stats, and more. MaxPreps.com is a CBSSports.com site. We are going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back at the conclusion of the timeout. Back at Altoona Area High School, where the Altoona Lady Mountain Lions trail the Little Lady Lions of State College by 2. 24-22 the score right now as both teams break from their timeouts. Mackenzie Hatch leading the way for Altoona with 9. And Kayla Grammy right behind her with 4 points in the game. And almost a steal that time, blocked that Anna Stevenson hard defense on Lauren Donnelly. Donnelly with 6 points in the game. Treffner has been setting the table for Altoona throughout the night. Hatch creates some room. Up to Grimey. Grimey down low. Off, no good. Puts back up. And Rachel Diver cleans up the mess that time as she'll tie the game up. That's her first 2 points of the game. Clock coming down to a minute in the first half. Stevenson over to King.
Yeah, there we go.
King taking it on herself, and she'll draw the foul that time with 1:06. As both King and Irwin, the two biggest presence on the floor for State College. Dibert will get her first foul after getting her first field goal. Richard King already with 3 points on the night, has had some trouble at the foul line, however, and the first shot is up and good that time. Trellia will come in for Stevenson with 1:06 left. Second shot for King is up and good, as King is able to convert both points that time, 26-24. As we have now hit the 1 minute mark here in Altoona. And that one broken up by King that time, however, Altoona will hang on to it. Coming down to below 50 seconds, Treffner. Looking for an option. Conley over to Hatch. Hatch has some room. Hatch is thinking about a deep three, hangs on to it, still waiting to make her move. Now dribbles to her right, makes a couple moves that time, creating some separation. Coming down to 30 seconds, over to Treffner. Now looking for Grimy, double team, and taking a hard fall that time, and now both of them take a hard fall. It was King who took the hard tumble first, and then Grimy, as she was trying to rebound, put her shot back up, took another foul, and they're going to charge Irwin with the foul. As Irwin's charged with the foul, but still great defense on the floor, taking that broom and probably defending her teammate who had taken a fall on the previous play. Grimy's first shot is up and good. Her 5th point of the night. 26.4 remaining on the clock, and that second shot is up and no good. Irwin's got it. Over to Altoona. State College will probably wind the clock out and try to go for one at a time.
22!
This one to Irwin. Irwin on the line. She's going to move in. Take the shot up, and a nice floater off the hands. Good for Irwin. If she can do that too, she can roll it in there. 5 seconds. Down to 3. It's Donnelly up, and that one's going to be no good. And a haul and a prayer for Irwin. No good, as great defense at the end of that there by State College will net them a 3-point lead going into halftime. Leading the way for State College, Tyler Irwin with 11 points, Jenna Altoona with 10. For Altoona leading the way, Mackenzie Hatch with 11, followed by Lauren Donnelly with 6. Halftime coming up here at Altoona. We will be back with more coverage of tonight's game right after this break.
So Irwin has 1. Yep, there it is. Irwin has 1, 11 points.
What's your mom name? I see her sign in. I can see her all sign in. I told them they had to make an account. Yeah, but it's free. Yeah, I know that. They're just wonder, I got to figure out what the longest wire cord you can get. This is pretty long. I would need like a freaking 50-footer to go from here to up over there.
And we'll be back to Altoona Area High School as halftime game ready to be concluded. There's this matchup between the State College Little League Lions and the Altoona Ladies Not Lions. 28-25, score in favor of State College as halftime concluded. And you listen to this game live on PASportsLive.com, being presented by Rizzo Production. Rizzo Production helps high school athletes get recruited by collegiate athletic programs by creating highlights on DVD and sending them to college coaches. Rizzo Productions has helped send high school athletes to major D1 programs such as Penn State, Maryland, and West Virginia universities. For more information, please be sure to visit RizzoProductions.com. State College with the first possession in the second half. Kyler Irwin commanding early, 11 points in the first half, averaging 12 per game this season. Stevenson deep in the corner, and all the way across the court to Allison. Back to King from the foul line, no good. Altoona takes over. Stressman playing just about every minute of this game. Shot up from the left side of the foul line, no good, and now a fight for the ball on the ground that time, as that was Irwin along with Darby Lee for Altoona. It will be a jump ball staying on the side of Altoona.
Come back in, Bridget!
And right there to Hatch, and Hatch threw the ball before she turned her head, and that one sails out of play. And we'll go back over to State College. First half, a story of mixed balance between offense and defense, as Altoona brought the three-point game. State College, a lot of shots down low, a lot of layups, including Jenna Altomare with the ball right now. About 3 or 4 layup shots in that first half. Irwin gets her shot blocked, no foul called on the play, as Altoona will take over again. It was Mackenzie Hatch, the junior guard, who put up a lot of three-point shots and led the way for Altoona with 9 points in the first half. This one down for Grimy. Grimy up, no good. Grimy, an unsigned D1 prospect, playing tonight with coaching staff from the University of Maryland, attending tonight. Altomare's shot up, no good, and just a very casual, frustrated reaction by Altomare. That shot was just a little bit off. Deep shot from the corner, up, no good. Back up there is Grimy. That one's no good, and now still fighting for the ball at time, and now this play will go to the ground. And what a hustle that time by Bridget King on the ground to be able to pick that one up and keep it going for State College. Stevenson calling for a play. She finds Altomare. He gets a nice catch that time, and she's guarded heavily by Hatch. Finds a note from King. King from 3. Now over to Stevenson. Stevenson making a few moves from the foul line. Shot up and good for Anna Stevenson. And that'll be her first 2 points of the night, her first field goal. And it'll be State College to strike first in the second half. 30-25 in favor of State College. There's Grimy. That's a deep two-pointer, and that one is good. I'm sorry, Darby Lee had the shot that time, up and good. That's her first field goal of the night. 30-27. Altomare to the left side. finds Irwin. Irwin has some space, so it's up below to King. King making a few moves in traffic. Up and good. Bridget King was in a lot of traffic that time, and she puts it up for her 7th point of the night. Gets the assist that time from Kyler Irwin, who's going to give us the ball. And that time, almost an inadvertent block from King, as just by her reaction, looked like it was just inadvertent contact, but it led to a block, no whistle, and State College gets the ball back. Out from there to the left side, and Irwin almost has it taken away from her from Grimy. Now to Stevenson. Stevenson one-on-one. That shot is up. Thrown in, that's good. But then Stevenson gets both of her first field goals in the second half. That's going to lead to a timeout. Taken by Altoona head coach Jill Hessel. Will be a 30-second timeout. 34-27. As the offense for State College aggressive. We'll be right back after this short break. And back to action now as Treffner with the ball. Treffner in traffic that time, dumps it out, deep for three. And that one is no good. Once again, that was Lauren Donnelly, who has already put up 9 points in this game. All of her shots have been from 3-point distance. 4:20 remaining now. Stevenson getting a pick that time from King. It's up, and that was with a little help from Bridget King, and Anna Stevenson has surely come out in the second half, but that's her 3rd field goal of the half. Grimy deep from 3. Now she's going to take it from the foul line. Up and no good. And Jenna Altamira is there with the rebound. She'll give it over to Stevenson, and why not? She's got the hot hand right now. Stevenson and the rest of the players on the score playing with coaching staff from University of Maryland women's basketball in attendance tonight. 3:43 remaining. Altamir fighting in traffic that time, but there's going to be a foul that time on the play. And they're going to charge it to Altoona. Mackenzie Hatch is charged with the foul on Altamir. Altamir in the corner. That's a deep 2-point shot and just missed that time with Taylor Allison with the shot. Aggressive defense by State College that time as Altamir was up there, and head coach Bethany Irwin of State College wanted a travel call that time. She's not going to get it. Under 3.5 remaining in period number 3. And now a shot from the corner is up. That one is good. Got it for 3, and it's once again Lauren Donnelly who puts the shot up and good. Donnelly and Hatch have been the deep threats for Altoona tonight. And now, what a steal that time on the floor that time as a diving Mackenzie Hatch gets the ball. Gives it up to Treffner. Treffner's going to put it up. No good that time. And it rolled off the hands of Grimy into King. Over to Allison. Allison alone for a little bit. Gives it to Stevenson, and her shot is going to flop. But they're going to call a foul on the shot that time. It's going to be a shooting foul. And it's going to send Anna Stevenson to the line. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by Spectra Wood, entering its 40th year of producing quality solid wood furniture. For furniture that fits your lifestyle, visit Spectra Wood in State College and online at spectrawood.com. His shot off, rattles off the front and off the glass, no good. And Megan Carstetter will come into the game and will give Bridget King a short rest. .254 remaining in the period, and the second shot is up and good as another substitution. And Tregley will come in and give the hot hand Anna Stevenson a rest. And with 7 points in only the second half, she didn't have any points in the first half, but Stevenson a hot hand in the second half, but they'll have to pull up that hand just a little bit. Grimy gives it down low, and Grimy gets fouled, taking a trip to the line now as the 6'1" forward senior still has not committed yet, but it may definitely D1 prospect talent on the floor right now, taking up a lot of space on the floor, creating room, setting a lot of picks for her offense tonight, helping her team along the way. First shot off and no good to the left of the top of the rim. Kayla does have 5 points in the evening. Shot is up, and the second one is good for her 6. It makes it a 2-possession game now, 37-31 State College. And a match between two closely ranked teams in the state. Altoona making a lot of moves on her own right now, waiting for her offense to get moving. Going to back it up, let something happen. Now moving in. And that one is going to roll out, and they're going to say that no one on Altoona made contact with it. Altoona probably just lets slip out of her hands, and Altoona will get the ball back with a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Casey Refner. Refner into the corner. That's Hatch. Hatch for 3, and she got it! Mackenzie Hatch, once again, a 3-point ball, and she's going to lead the game in scoring now with a dozen. As Mackenzie Hatch finds ways to get open and finds ways to take quality shots from downtown. It's a 1-possession game now. State College still up by 3. Altoona making room. She's going to dump it off to Carstetter. Carstetter able to get it off the glass and good. And what an assist right there by Jenna Altoona to find Megan Carstetter. And that'll be Carstetter's first field goal of the night. 39-34. And up and no good that time. Carstetter diving for it. Now Irwin diving for it. And Irwin really falling on top of that one. What hustle by Irwin. And they're going to reward that with the jump ball favoring State College. And Bethany Irwin going to take a timeout that time. As Kyla Irwin doing it all on the floor tonight. And it's not just shooting, it's not just rebounding, but the little things too. She's been setting a lot of picks for her offense. And just as we saw right there, the loose ball on the floor, commandingly diving for it, covering her hands all over it, and the jump ball favoring State College that time. Good momentum swing for State College as they take the 5-point lead. Not much time remaining in the third period, but that's been the story tonight for State College, is getting Kyla Irwin involved in the game. Kyla, a major D1 prospect for State College. And Altoona, major story of their game is the 3-point ball, as Hatch has been scoring a lot from 3, along with Lauren Donnelly. 12 points for Hatch, 9 for Donnelly as we return to action right now. Just under a minute and a half remaining in period number 3. Altoona making a comeback right now, but a momentum swing with that steal. There's Irwin. She's going to get her shot blocked, and now they're looking for a foul. This time they'll get it. As her mother, Bethany Irwin, the head coach, loves the call that time, that as she didn't get the one she wanted before. Irwin will take a trip to the line. Casey Refner, who's been in this entire game, will get charged with her very first foul. Third foul for Altoona. Irwin's first shot up is no good. And of course, as we continue to strive to help out prospective collegiate athletes on PASportsLive.com, and Rizzo Production and PA Sports Live was contacted by coaching staff from Syracuse University as well as University of Utah following the broadcast last Friday night at State College versus Cumberland Valley. Irwin gets that shot in and good, and it's 40-34. Once again, a 2-possession game. Altoona still within striking distance. There goes Ryman. Wow, what a lot of space she created that time as she was guarded. As she was being guarded heavy that time, but able to create a lot of space that time, as that was Darby Lee, who was able to really create a lot of space that time to score. Irwin now trying to create her own space and gets blocked up front that time by Grimy. And now, who's going to get the ball this time? It's on the ground, but it's going to stay at Altoona. And oh, what a nice move there by Allison. Couldn't get the ball, though. Under half a minute. Lee shot, no good. State College wants an over-the-back call, but they're going to get the ball going out of play. 20 seconds remaining in the period. State College may very well go for a shot before the expiration of time. They have done that earlier in this game. Allison outside. Over to Irwin. Irwin's got a little bit of space. Carstetter's got a lot of space between her. Altamar is open, and she is able to get it in there. Altamar creates space and was able to put it in for 2. A prayer from half court. and just a little short. 42-36 will be the end of the second half right there, as Altoona was able to get open for that one. Darby Lee, also another D1 prospect in tonight's game. Darby so far putting up 4 points in the game, but also creating a lot of space as the 6-foot forward junior, teaming up with Kylie Grimmy in this game to create a lot of space on offense for her and the rest of her team. But also Jenna Altoona has had a huge game so far. Looking at her stats for the night, she's had 12 points, only 1 foul so far. She's been able to create space, getting a lot of layups, a lot of breakaways, and in the final possession here in the third period, able to get open for the shot off the glass. She's done that a couple times already by getting open in the final possessions. When you think that a team is going to run out the clock and take one possession at the buzzer, Altoona has been able to get open, of course, with help from players such as Kyla Irwin and more who have been able to create space throughout the night and throughout their possessions. And of course, you're watching tonight's game on PASportsLive.com. I'm Joe Ballantyne, helping you bring tonight's action as it's still a very close game, only a 2-possession game, 42-36 as the fourth period is about to get underway, final period of regulation. If Altoona wants to look to get back in it, Mackenzie Hatch and Lauren Donnelly have been the hot hands from outside. Brechner. This one's going in the corner. That was Hatch with the ball that time. Over to Donnelly. They're going to go down low for Grimmy. One-on-one against Tyler Irwin, and she's able to get it up. As Darby Lee able to get that in one-on-one up and good. 42-38, Altoona. Over to Allison. Allison to Trelia. And Trelia's pass is going to sail past Bridget King out of play. That'll be a turnover on State College. 7.5 as this period just started. 42-38. Brechner. Brechner finds Lee. Irwin able to get in between, and that's going to lead to a steal as Allison was able to intercept it on the deflection. Altoona definitely taking her time around here. Finds Allison. Allison creates a little space. There's Irwin, and Irwin had at least King had at least a two-point shot there. Was not able to get it. Treglia trying to do it on her own, and she's drawing the foul. Looks like she is. At that time, Casey Reffner was not happy with the call. A lot of those in attendance tonight wanted to get a foul call against Treglia, but she's going to take a trip to the line. And Reffner, the senior guard, very unhappy with that call. You can see it in her reaction. Now send Treglia to the line. First shot up, and Treglia gets that shot to go. Treglia's second shot is up and good. That's her fourth point of the night. 44-38. Reffner finds Lee. Lee thinking about three. She'll give it back over to Reffner, but Altoona able to break it up that time. Couldn't find any space to get the ball as she would have ran into Reffner that time, so it will stay Altoona ball. Reffner with the ball. Reffner still deep near the midcourt A. That's Darby Lee. Darby Lee back to Reffner. Reffner thinking about three. And now what a swat that time by Irwin. Irwin running down. She needs some help though. Irwin over to Treglia. Treglia as the breakaway has concluded, and State College with an all possession now. Altoona in the corner for Allison. Finds for Treglia. Treglia for three. Just missed off the rim. Altoona able to get the ball that time, and now a call on the floor that time. They're going to call a foul against Allison there with 6:06 remaining in the fourth period. As Kyla Irwin was able to take the ball away that time from Darby Lee as two D1 prospects go one-on-one. They've been guarding each other throughout the night. Two ways with a lot of talent on this floor. There's a shot, deep shot that time, and that one is good. And that's once again Mackenzie Hatch, and they're going to call that for three. That's her 15th of the night. Hatch leads all players on both squads and scoring with 15. There's Altoona making a lot of room for herself. She's thinking about 3. That one is up. Now what a response from Jenna Altoona to go with 3 herself. She now has 15 on the night. And both teams have a score of at least 15 this evening. There's Lee. Lee one-on-one with Irwin, and she got it. Made a couple nice moves, though, against the hard-defending Kyla Irwin. 2-possession game, 4-point game. Altoona, and she lost the ball that time. She has it back, though. Coming back near the scorer's table. Makes a couple moves behind the back. She's thinking about 3 again, and why not? And 2 quick 3-point shots by Altoona. She's pumped. That gets State College fans pumped. 50-43, makes it a 3-possession game. 18 points in the game for Jenna Altoona, one of the captains on the squad. Here's a shot for 3. That's Refner, no good. And no whistles on the floor that time as Irwin comes up with the ball, not stopping for any whistles, as she really created a lot of space to get that ball. Altoona gets it back right now, less than 4.5 to go regulation. Refner getting encouraged by a fan to shoot it. That would have been a really deep 3-pointer, nearly an NBA 3-pointer. That's Darby Lee. Lee finds Grimes. Whistle on the floor. They're going to call it a foul on the shot. And Kayla Grimes will get a trip to the line. And Taylor Allison, who gets charged with a foul. Shot is up and good. A 3-point play right there, and that's what Altoona needs after Jenna Altoona has hit 2 big 3-point shots in this final period. It's 50-46. State College had a game go down to the wire last Friday at home against Cumberland Valley, lost by 1. There's Irwin now fighting in traffic that time, and wow, her and Kyla Grimes really fighting hard down low, as both of them did not want to let go of that ball. It's going to be a jump ball staying to State College. 3:57 remaining. And that's going to cause Bethany Irwin to call a timeout. Impossible threat of a 5-second violation that time, as Altoona had a hard time looking for somebody to inbound that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after the timeout. Match action right now. Jenna Altoona about to balance. Altoona. She'll get the ball right back. It's almost intercepted that time. Fredley was out to Fredley with the shot there, and just over the glass, no good. And now very hard defense this time. Full court coverage. Now breaking away. That time is Hatch. There is Darby Lee open, and Darby Lee's shot goes in and out. No good. As many fans thought that was an automatic shot that would go right in. 3.5 remaining. 50-46 in favor of State College. Altoona creating space that time. A lot of moves by this. There's King. King won't get the ball taken away. Hangs on to it though. King over to Triglia. Playing over right near the scorer's table right now. There's Irwin out deep. Hands it off to Altoona. Quarterback, running back style. Back over to Irwin.
Go hard, Kyle, go.
3 minutes now remaining. Irwin. Ooh, trying to find Altoona. Altoona has fallen. Now over to Bridget King, and she's going to lose. She has the ball still. Back over to Irwin. Still a chance. Makes a nice move right there. And shoots it to Altoona. It's almost picked off. Trebley able to recover it. And now a turnover that time. After that long possession right there, as State College had almost lost the ball that time. And Altoona is going to be called with the foul, as State College almost lost the ball a few times that time. 2:43 remaining, and a pushing foul will lead to a turnover. 2:43 remaining. Fans, if you missed any part of this broadcast tonight, you can catch the next day replays on PASportsReplays.com, and you surely have missed a lot, including big plays from players such as Darby Lee and Mackenzie Hatch for Altoona. That shot is no good. State College now has possession. Trying to burn as much clock as they can this possession. Less than 2.5 remaining to go. That's Altoona for 3, and just off the front, he was looking good from the shot. Greffner now commanding with 2 minutes remaining. Looks for Darby Lee. Darby Lee dumps it off. This is a shot from the corner. That one is up and good. Once again, it's Mackenzie Hatch for 3, and another big 3 for Mackenzie Hatch. Makes it a 1-point game. Her and Altoona both lead their representative teams with 18 points on the night. Stevenson finding Allison. Allison finding Irwin. Irwin up against Riley that time. Riley doing one mismatch, and now whistle blown. This ball's going to stay down for State College. And we'll get the call in a moment. And it appears though a Altoona player just stepped out of play with the ball. A minute and a half in regulation. 1-point game. Out there, right over out to King. King finds a wide open Irwin. That one is up and good for a 3-point lead. As Irwin has been doing it all tonight to keep her team in front. Here's a shot for 3. That one is no good, as Hatch has committed a rare feat by missing a shot from 3. Kayla Grimy fouled on the play, though. She'll take a trip to the line. Grimy has averaged 10 points per game this season, 9 right now. This would be her 10th if it converts, and that one is good. As the unsigned D1 prospect now with her 10th point tonight. A chance to make it 11 and a chance to make it a 1-point game for Altoona. That one is up, and that one is good. It's a 1-point game with a minute 14 remaining, and a full timeout is going to be called on the floor by Altoona. Score is 52-51, and with a minute remaining, it's going to be up to the big players for both teams tonight. Now, Mackenzie Hatch just missed a 3-point shot, which we had not seen much of tonight. It seems as though Hatch has been finding ways to get open all night and hit shots from 3. Now, as for State College, Altoona and Irwin have been the big presences on the floor going late into the game. However, it would be wise to get other players involved more, as Stevenson started off the half with a very hot hand, scoring 3 field goals very early in the half. Actually had 7 points in the second half after having a quiet first half. And like we said again, State College had a very similar situation last Friday at home against Cumberland Valley. The game only ending with a 1-point difference. That is the situation right now as both teams break some timeout. Now we're going to get back to you on the floor right now. Another nail biter, as these are 2 high-scoring teams. Both teams recently with wins of at least scoring 60. There's Irwin. Irwin had a chance to be all alone that time, as she was able to get by Kayla Grimy that time. The 2 big D1 prospects have been playing up against her throughout the night. She is fouled on the floor. It would not be a shooting foul. The foul is on the floor. It's only her 2nd foul against Grimy. Irwin to Allison. Allison had a chance for three, and there's going to be a holding call that time on the floor against Refner. Altoona looking for somebody. Hands it off to the St. Francis walk on Allison. Coming down to the 1 minute mark now. Allison going around the perimeter of the three-point line. Trying to get to somebody right now. There's a loose ball, and it's going to stay on State College. I'll let you folks determine how the fans thought after that play right there. As the ball was loose that time, it looked like an Altoona player had swatted the ball out, as the fans very livid with the call. Gets the ball that time to Bridget King, who takes a hard fall going for the ball that time. And they're going to call that foul against Altoona. Seventh foul. King will go to the line once again. State College and Altoona separated by about 45-minute drive, but still a heavy attendance, obviously. That shot is up and good, 53-51. A big shot on the line for King right now to make it a two-possession game with less than a minute. In and out that time. It is still a two-point game.
Stay on her, Anna!
Hatch finds room, looks for three, and Darby Lee, double team, gets the shot off the glass to tie it up. Allison with the ball. Half a minute remaining now. Will State College hold on to the ball and take one shot at the end? Finding Irwin. Irwin, no good. Ball still on the floor, and it is off of Grimy, and it is going to go to State College. 20.7 seconds right there. The great pass going in the direction of Irwin that time. Over to Allison. Allison back to Irwin for the lead. Up, air ball, no good. Lee's got it. Over to Refner, 13 seconds left. Refner trying to do it on their own. The shot up for the lead, no good. And a foul, is it on the floor, was it on the shot? 7.8 seconds left. It's on Altoona on the floor. 7.8 seconds left. There will be no trip to the line, but this could still be a foul possession. And a full timeout taken on the floor. Well, if you're just joining us, I don't know where you've been this whole time, but remember, you can catch the replay of this game on PASportsReplays.com, and you've been missing a lot. Big-time shots by players on the floor right now, including Mackenzie Hatch for Altoona, Jenna Altoman for State College. Coaching staff from the University of Maryland, the Terrapins, in the house tonight. Getting to watch a real great game tonight, coming all the way from College Park, Maryland, to witness a real nail-biter. Both teams have had a one-point final recently. Last Friday, a 51-50 loss against Cumberland Valley at home for State College. And on the 5th, a one-point win against Mifflin County. That was a win for Altoona. 7.8 seconds left. It's Altoona ball. Refner will inbound. 7.8 seconds remaining. Refner off the Hatch. Down low, that's Lee. And it's blocked right there. Blocked with 4 seconds left, but they're going to call a foul. That was Irwin with the good, strong defense. Still 4 seconds on the clock. It's going to be a trip to the line for Darby Lee. Bridget King is charged with the foul. 7 fouls now for both teams. Darby Lee, 2 shots at the line now. Just needs one to break the lead. First shot up. Got it. And Darby Lee hits a big-time foul shot right there for the 1-point lead. 4 seconds remaining, and State College will take the timeout. And with 4 seconds left, State College certainly still with a shot. They will get the ball back. Wild finish certainly in the works back at Altoona. 1 timeout remains for State College. They should get the ball back. And of course that'll all depend on the shot here by Darby Lee. Should Darby Lee hit the shot, State College will likely take a timeout. Of course, if she were to miss this shot, not sure if that's the game plan, but the clock would continue to run. Darby Lee, D1 prospect at the line. Broke the tie. Second shot is up. Got it. Irwin in. Altoona. Altoona running. 1 shot from 3. Shot! Missed the shot! What a shot to end it, as that had more than a chance to make the win that time, and just missed with Jenna Altoona. And the Altoona Lions will hold on by 2. What a finish for these two teams tonight. 55-53 the final. Altoona wins it at home. And nails were being bit as that shot was taken, just barely missing the net that time. The right idea, though, to get the ball into Jenna Altoon's hands, who have been making big shots at the end of periods throughout the night. That time around, not able to get it. Some contact possibly on the play, but nonetheless, shot is off. 55-53 is the final here from Altoona Area High School. Remember, you can catch any of these highlights on PASportsReplays.com starting tomorrow. I'm Joe Valentine here with PASportsLive.com. This game has been brought to you by Rizzo Productions. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a good night.